Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing very well. Obviously, as you can see by whatever the background is, this is not our normal Brighton setting. I'm currently in California. I am in Los Angeles. I'm here with my mom and we've been here for a good couple days so far and it has been so much fun. And I really want to start filming videos again. I was enjoying a couple days kind of getting settled in. The jet lag was crazy. However, I really want to kind of ease my way in. There's a lot of topics to cover. There's been a lot of breaking stories within the last 48 hours, and do not worry, I will be getting to them. I'm just doing the plans that I have in place, and then whenever I do have time back in the house, I'm going to be filming. Do not worry, I'm going to be getting to those. But I thought right now, before I start prepping for all of those, I could do a fun little emails video. Now, if you do not know what this is, there's so many helicopters that fly over this little place. So I wanted to do a little emails video in the meantime. So if you don't know what this is, basically I have this email. It's adammcintyrehelp@gmail.com, and the muckers reach out with things that are going on in their lives, things they need help with, advice on. Now, I am not the person who should be giving you this, so please take everything I say with a pinch of salt. However, sometimes you just want advice from someone who may be equally as deranged as you, and that is exactly what I'm here for. So, yes, please send new ones to the emails. Please support these videos if you want me to continue doing this. Yeah, this is fun. I have a little Red Bull. Let's crack it open. Ah, beautiful. I was at Venice Beach today. So many fun things have been happening. I literally just got back from Venice Beach. I went to the Queen of Melrose Cosmos store. I got styled there. It was an amazing day yesterday. Just some really random things have been happening. My Joey and Daniel tweet was on American national TV. Believe it or not, whenever I've been here, Brooke Schofield DM'd and followed me. Trisha followed me. I don't know what is in the air after I came out to LA, but it seems that so many people want to work it out on the remix. And you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. Anyways, let me take a sip and let's get into the video. All right. So I've starred a couple of them. And by that, I mean I have starred maybe 50 of them last night in my Uber home. Because I met Olivia last night. Oh my god, you know Olivia from H3, I absolutely adore her. It was my first time meeting her last night, and on my Uber back from the bar, I was going through and starring one. So I'm just going to choose some from this. Okay, this first one is shouting out to me, and it says, making friends in a new city after moving. Now, if you know anything about me, I've been very open about like moving cities and the struggles with that. So this one I'm gravitating towards for sure. Okay. Hey Adam, English is not my first language, so I apologize for any incorrect grammar. Greetings from all the way in Finland. Hello, Finland. Your videos have brought me comfort as listening to them has become a part of my daily routine. Well, thank you. Now, I'm moving to a new city soon to start at a new school, and I'm worried I will struggle with making friends, which is a very valid concern, by the way. I've always struggled with finding friends in real life. I have online friends, and even though I love them a lot, it doesn't always help with feeling lonely, which, again, I completely agree with. Sometimes I want to spend time with people in real life and experience things together. The last time I had an actual real friend who I could trust in real life was when I was about 16 years old and we stopped talking after we graduated from high school. Or from middle school, sorry. I live in Finland, so the school system is a little bit different here. This was the only person in my life who I felt I was truly close with. I don't think reconnecting with her is possible anymore. I'm 20 years old now. Okay, so you're saying that you haven't felt that closeness of a friend in 4 years. I'm 20 years old now and I'm about to start in a new school in a new city I haven't been to before. I'm moving next month. I don't have any friends in the current city that I'm living in, but my family lives here. So I'll actually be on my own for the first time completely. I'm really nervous about making new friends. I really want to have people I can trust in an unfamiliar city, but I'm scared it won't work out. I often feel like an outsider when I try to make friends with people my age. I don't always understand when people are being genuine and when they're using sarcasm. And I have trouble sharing my emotions with others. The people around me have often thought I was angry or upset when I felt completely fine. This has led me to intimidate the people that I'm around. Oh no, you said imitate. I thought you said intimidate. Both work for me, babe. This has led me to imitate the people around me to get along with them better, but that doesn't create actual relationships and it feels fake on my behalf. But I can't seem to connect with people at all when I'm just being myself. Do you have any advice? Thanks. Don't share my name, by the way. Of course. Okay, so we are very similar age. You're 20, I'm 21, and you're going through something that I went through when I moved to Brighton and when I moved to Manchester. Now, there's multiple different things that I want to focus on here. Number one, I would give you my like standard advice, but you're saying that you often find yourself having to imitate people and kind of like mirror them, like their personalities to kind of form a relationship. And obviously that is not a, they don't know your true self and probably you don't know theirs. Here's what I'm saying. Okay, so you need to be patient. This sounds awful to say, but if you have expectations of immediately moving to a new city where you're like, there's going to be so many people that I do not know, and that is going to mean that I'm going to meet so many new people, and it's going to be, okay, you got to be realistic when you go in, because otherwise you're setting yourself up for feeling disappointed, which will then make you become more of a recluse. So what you need to do is, because again, you're finding yourself imitating people, you need to really think about what your hobbies are outside of school/work. And whatever they are, you need to find a niche within that. So if you enjoy reading, you need to find a cool library. Now, if you want to find... Oh, wait, maybe don't go to a library, actually, because you're not allowed to talk there. Scrap that idea. If you like reading, go to a nice, chill cafe, because a lot of people will read books there. And it's also very easy and casual to have conversations. Now, I normally have always been like, go clubbing, go to bars, everyone's so free, go to smokers area. Then I thought about it, and that's not really inclusive to if people just don't want to go to a club or bar. And you shouldn't have to go to a club or bar or get drunk or anything to meet people. I have new advice for people. What you need to do is find small community like places. For example, like a small business cafe where I'm talking that there is like 10 seats in it. If you become a regular there you will soon get into the atmosphere of knowing the names of the workers. They will know your order. You have that stability at least. Obviously not necessarily a friend, but it could become that. But the people that'll be in that cafe, because it's so small, obviously you're going to cross paths, and conversations do start when you're in smaller settings because people feel more, like it's comfortable. So my advice would be to kind of figure out what your hobbies are and find small niches of where those kind of people that enjoy that would be. But if you're struggling with that altogether, I would start going to like small little cafes or small little restaurants or small little bars or whatever you want to do, that you will start to get familiar with the workers, number one, and then the regulars. And then you become a regular, and then it just works that way. And I started doing that with my friend's cafe that she works in Brighton. And I wasn't even doing it to make friends. I was doing it just to like hang out with her on like her lunch break. And I follow so many people that are regulars in that cafe now, just because you end up seeing them often. So do that, and I wish you all the best with it. And congratulations on a new life stage. That is very exciting. But again, don't put a lot of pressure on yourself originally at the start, because you're already going to be dealing with being on your own and moving out of, away from your family. So kind of focus on that originally, and always look out for yourself as well and your mental health. Okay, let me see another one. Should I confront my friend for stealing the guy that I liked? Okay, Sabrina Carpenter, Olivia Rodrigo, Joshua Bassett. Hi, Adam, I hope you're well. Please don't include my name. I love when they start with please don't include my name, because you know that there's something going on here. But your girl is in a tad bit of a dilemma. Sorry if it's a little long. So, a couple of months ago, I liked this guy. It was an on-again, off-again type of crush, as I hadn't seen him for a couple of years. I only really saw him again around last year, and we had started to talk every now and then whenever we would cross paths. Okay. I was in a short talking stage with him earlier this year, but after a couple of weeks, I realized he was not interested in me. And I slowly moved on from him, though it is still a fresh ex-crush. Especially when he started becoming somewhat part of our mutual friend group. Ooh, that's bad. That I can't do. I can't have a crush on someone, get rejected, and then you're going to be in my friend group. Like, I need to remove myself, or you need to remove yourself. Like, this is going to make me go crazy. Okay, so he's now a part of the friend group that you spoke to regularly, so I saw him more often than I would have liked to. This is important later. I have a friend in said other group who knew of the situation, even put up with my crazy crushing. Such as following him on Instagram for me when he hadn't followed me back straight away. Oh, they were plotting for themselves, honey. And often texting me updates if she saw him around. Yeah, in her bed. I would think of her as a good friend. I'm sure you're going to say that you've changed your mind on that. Around the same time, she also started dating a guy who happened to be a friend of the guy that I liked. Though that, through that, she became friendly to my ex-crush and other extra curriculars and mutual subjects. But I didn't think much of it, and I didn't mind their friendship at all. But recently, she broke up with her boyfriend, and I found out that not even a month later, my ex-crush had asked her out on a date. Ooh, that's shady that he was waiting on the sidelines as well, by the way. What came from it is a bit up in the air, but I've been told that they've been texting a lot and they've been out together at least once since then. I have mixed feelings about how I should feel about this. If anything, I find it strange timing when my ex-crush asked out my friend, and it made me wonder if there had been something more going on between them earlier, back when I liked him and when she was not single. I'd suspected that he liked her a few months ago, with the teasing and constant hovering around her. But I wasn't aware it would be reciprocated, as she had clearly stated to me that she couldn't see what I saw in him. Oh, that is a warning sign when they talk about that. She's fucking him. And that he had a baby. I'm nearly 1 year older than him, especially as well. She is having some issues with wanting to get back with her ex and rekindling a weird dynamic with another guy, which is a whole other bag of worms. Well, email me about that as well, because I'm hooked now. Yet I started to hear a contradicting narrative that ex-crush is her type. I guess I want to ask if I have a right to be upset or expect an explanation. I always think that if you think that you have a right to be upset, then be upset. I don't think that, like, it should be circumstantial, like, you should be justified in being pissed off or upset about anything, if I'm going to be honest. I get upset about things where my friends are like, why are you upset about that? And I'm like, because I want to be. Yeah, why are you angry about that? Because I want to be. So, automatically, to answer your question, I think that you can be annoyed at this. Is it right to be upset or expect an explanation? I do have some friends who think it's a little weird that she would go right after someone who her friend, me, liked before, and so recently. But on the other hand, I feel like I don't have a right, as obviously I can't control who likes who, and it wasn't like I'd gotten very far into the talking stage with the guy. I don't want to lose someone I consider a really close friend over some random rat from the sewage. Oh, I see you're bitter about this. A person of my own heart, I feel the same way about situations that go on in my life. But this can't be ignored forever, and other issues I have with it, such as their slightly larger age gap, 2 years and he just turned 17. Okay, so she's 20 dating a 17-year-old? I always will find that weird. I always will find it weird. I'm sorry, what do you mean, like, it's also really weird whenever it's like 21 and 17 or 21 and 18. I'm like, if you're in America, like, one of you are able to go to the bar and the other has to fucking wait outside. Like, I always find 20 and 17 is wrong to me. I'm going to be honest. Like, it's something at so close to 20, would never want anything to do with a 17-year-old, even as a friend. No shade if there's any of you out there. But it just feels like we're in two very different life stages, and also you are literally a child. Even though at 20, no, actually, it's 18, you're considered an adult. So you literally are a child. And the 20-year-old is considered an adult. That is just always weird to me. And I'm going to be honest, it's icky for me as it is. Okay. And other things that are probably just petty, so I won't include. Use code Adam50 on Adam and Eve. Thank you. Okay, from your fellow mucker. Okay, let me decode this for you. Should you be allowed to feel upset about this? Absolutely. Should you confront your friend? I wouldn't confront, but I would bring it up. Like, you don't have to confront because, again, you have stated that you didn't get very far into, like, a talking stage, and I'm going to be honest, I'm reading between the lines. It didn't seem like there was much going on between you and the guy. No shade. I'd been there before. So she does have every right. I would just hope that he was a little bit older so it wouldn't be a 20-year-old and a 17-year-old, because I really am uncomfortable with that, and that is wrong, in my opinion. I don't think you really do have a leg to stand on here, because you didn't get that far into it. I think that her being like, oh, he's never my type and stuff like that, I do think she was lying to you, so I do think you can bring it up to her. Again, this doesn't need to be a thing where you end your friendship over it, but if you're going to feel uncomfortable with the thought of her possibly dating him, and him being around the friend group, then maybe this is something you need to consider. Is this a friend you're going to be with long term? And you're also really young as well, so, it's possible that you could, not be friends with her anymore. I'm not saying that you need to cut her off, but if you're going to feel so uncomfortable with him being around, but also it kind of sounds like she was just using him as like a stepping stone, you know what I mean? And the reason I say that is because you've said that, she wants to get back with her ex. She's also talking with someone else. I don't think that this is ever going to be something that turns into a relationship, so I don't think you have to worry there. So I wouldn't do a big confrontational thing. You can definitely bring it up to her and say that, were you lying to me whenever you said that, like, he wasn't your type? And, like, was anything ever happening? I'm just going to be honest, like, when I was, wanting to see him. But again, because you didn't get that far into it, to basically even call it a situationship, it was just like a talking stage. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I wouldn't end your friendship over it. I'm gonna be honest. But anyway, sending you so much love. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wait, I want to get to this one first. Cutting off a childhood friend. I love ones like this. Hi, Adam. Please keep me anonymous. You know how I feel about that. Love it. We're in for a story. As I don't really want anyone to know my thoughts on this. Thanks. I'm 24 years old for context. I've come to a point where I don't really know what to do anymore. This is about my friend of about 20 years. He's been such a safe person. Okay, so you're 24, and he's been a friend for like 20 years. So basically like an actual childhood friend, like all your life. He's been such a safe person for me through the years, and I've always really appreciated him. Also, we live a 15-minute walk away from each other. Convenient. I love friends like that. You can just do plans whenever. However, lately I've felt like he doesn't care. I've always tried asking him to play games, hang out in Discord, go to movies and concerts, but I feel like he has little to not wanting to contribute to the friendship at all. I guess that's what I'm upset about. I feel like I have to give, and get little to nothing in return. I've tried... Hold on. My friend Kat has just messaged me saying... No way. Do you know Harry Daniels, the guy that goes up to everyone and, like, sings in their face? My friend Kat has just sent me a video where he sang happy birthday to one of our friends, Marianne. Hold on. I'm sorry for disrupting this video. I need to watch this immediately. Where are they? I was gonna say this poor guy was probably begged by Kat to sing that song, but I'm like, he disturbs the peace of all those celebrities. That is really funny. Sorry. Anyways, back to the story. So basically you're saying you have to give a lot to this friendship and you're not getting much in return. I've tried to talk to him about it, and the answer I've gotten is that he's not good at reaching out to others. This is something he's gone on for a long time now, or it's something that has gone on for a long time, especially in the last couple of years. Okay, last couple of years is a red flag. Last couple of weeks, maybe there's something, maybe he's feeling off. Last couple of months, maybe there's something going on in his life. Last couple of years, I don't know if this is a friendship worth fighting for. And also, I think we see more so than not that people will cling onto relationships, friendships, etc. because of nostalgia or how long they have been friends. But I'm going to be honest, sometimes you need to let people go. Sometimes you need to move on. Sometimes something isn't worth fighting for. Sometimes it's you realize how much you were living in the past when you focus on nostalgia a lot, and it seems like this friendship is really built on nostalgia if he's not willing to do any fucking plans with you. Okay. It has made me genuinely feel like I have no value in his life. Like, if I just disappear, he wouldn't notice. In the last month, I've tried the theory out. This may be petty, but I've just stopped texting him first. I stopped asking to play games or hop on Discord to chat like we used to. I have made some sub-tweets, which I know he will see, and nothing. No texts, no calls, just nothing. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really think that there's a friendship here. There is something to be said about that sometimes people just don't value texting, and that's to each their own. Some people also don't reach out first. You know, that is just the thing that people do. However, it genuinely seems like you're talking to a stranger here who you do not know. You know what I mean? Like, this is no longer, you know, you have to, like, beg for interactions. It's like there's no interactions here. All right. I know that this is a problem between him and others in the friend group as well. I will add that he has a quite difficult past that has made him struggle with different things. I've been invited to a party with the friend group in a week or so. I know he'll most likely be there, and I have a feeling it would be a little bit awkward to see him again. I have thought about not going, but I decided I want to go. He's also supposed to join me for a week to house sit in August. My question is, should I try one more time to talk to him or just see how the party goes? I want to talk to him, but at the same stage, I want to see how long it takes for him to reach out to me. I guess I kind of feel hopeless. It's like a one-way street. Do you have any advice on how to deal with this? Okay, here's my thing. Maybe he genuinely is going through something in his life, but the fact it's been the last couple of years, this seems like it's draining you more than it's draining him. You're literally saying to me that you don't feel like you matter, you have no significance in his life, you're feeling hopeless. I don't think you should do this long game anymore where you're like, how long is it going to take for him to reach out to me? Because I think the only person that is actually keeping track of that is you, and you're going to drive yourself crazy. I wouldn't reach out to him until the party. go to the party and sense the vibe. But regardless of what the vibe is, I would talk to him and be honest. What you're saying to me, you feel like you're giving and you're not getting anything back, and also be like, is everything okay with you? Like, check in on him as well, but also make it very clear. You can check in on him so it's not a condescending chat where you're like actually concerned. And then you can also be like, this is how I feel. Why aren't you making an effort? Why are you ignoring me? Why aren't you? But I'm going to be honest. Don't fight for a friendship just based on nostalgia. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And again, the only person that is going to get upset about this is you. What do you mean you're telling me that this is making you feel like hopeless and all like this? I need you to probably move on after the party. And then you'll be able to make new friends and make new memories and stuff like this. Again, I do think people hold on to things based on nostalgia, and I've been very guilty of it in the past, but you asked, has anything similar gone on in my life in the next line? I had so many friends, like childhood friends, that, we fizzled out. Maybe there was a drama. Maybe there wasn't a drama. Maybe they stopped responding to me. Maybe I stopped responding to them. Things happen. Life happens. Just because you know someone as a child does not mean you're lifelong partners anymore. I know that is the dream, but it is not realistic. People go through things, people change, and yeah, this seems to be affecting you a lot. So I would kind of let the party happen, see what happens, check in on him as well, and then maybe let it go. I hope you have other friends who are making you realize that this does not reflect on you, by the way. Okay. Should I disown my parents? Okay, let's get to it. Let me take a sip. I feel like I'm going to need a sip for this one. How beautiful is this setting, by the way? Crazy. It's crazy people just, live like this. This is obviously I'm renting this as an Airbnb right now, but, someone lives here. This is, someone's reality. And don't get me wrong, I'm so grateful for my Brighton apartment. I love it so much. And even that, sometimes I'm like, wow, I can't believe that is a big-ass... What is that? Is that a hornet? Whoa, it moves so fast. Anyways, I'm very grateful for my reality, but the fact that this is other people's reality, I've also just realized that there's a security camera right on me where the Airbnb people are probably watching me right now. And I'm pretty sure it said on the listing, no professional recording. This is not professional recording. I'm talking to my friends. Okay. I also posted a vlog of a house tour if you want to see it. Okay, you may be thinking, Adam, why did you just change your outfit? And why does it look significantly darker? Well, I'm filming this a couple hours after you just watched. And the reason for that was mid-filming, my camera SD card just broke. So I had to get an SD card delivered, and I'm leaving for dinner in 30 minutes. But that is not going to stop me from finishing this video because my muckers need me. Okay, let's get back to this one about your parents. So... Dear Adam, I'd like to stay anonymous in this. I've been torn between cutting off my parents or keeping what was left of the relationship. For some context, when I was 13, my family forced my siblings and I to be homeless. There were people that were willing to let us stay with them, but my parents refused to sign the power of attorney, obviously because you were minors. Okay, so your parents are actively choosing not to allow you to live anywhere because you're a minor. And instead are making you be homeless, basically. I was homeless living in a tent and failing homeschool miserably until the age of 16, so basically for 3 years. When I convinced my grandparents to let me move in with them so I could get my diploma, a job, and a car. My parents are doing better now. They ended up getting a house in Oklahoma. I was having a really hard time with being back in society after coming to live with my grandparents, so they booked me a one-way plane ticket to Oklahoma as soon as I was 18. Things did not go well there. I ended up in an abusive relationship. My parents convinced me to move in with them, although I was hesitant because I had a job where I was rent-free and set to be a manager of a hotel. Eventually, they persuaded me. Upon moving in, I asked if we could do family therapy as I'd never discussed how being homeless made me feel. It really fucked me up. I developed PTSD, although I'm doing better now, which I'm glad to hear. I did not want to have this discussion without a mediator there. They refused. I feel like this is the least that they could have done considering what they put me and my siblings through. True. Then, they told me they were charging me rent even though they could easily afford the house themselves. They told me they were helping me out by charging me $100 less than most apartments in my area and still charging me a pet fee because I have 2 dogs. Since I already left my job, I agreed, not seeing many other options. After moving in, I found out that they had joined a cult. To back up a little bit, when I was 14, I came out as bisexual. This was before gay marriage was legalized, and I was very much so disgraced by my family. They were very strict Christians, the most loving people of all, right? I was also a practicing Wiccan, and due to this, most of the family steered clear of me except for my siblings. Now that my parents are in this cult, they are now both openly bisexual and also practicing witchcraft in their cult. What? So your parents are now in a bisexual witchcraft cult? Which are the things that they didn't like you for? Hold on. I will give you the name of the cult to look up on Facebook. Please do not read it aloud. Okay, and then they've given it to me. Oh my god, I need to look this up. Upon discovering that they were in a cult, I moved very quickly. My family's openly embraced both of my parents, and I have not received an apology from them or anyone else. I do not have a problem with who they are or what they practice. If it was not in a cult setting, I would have no problem. But I do have a problem with the way that I was treated for doing the same things. Just the irony and hypocrisy is crazy, dude. What the hell? What cults out there are led by bisexual witchcraft people? I mean, you've given me the name and I'm going to look into this. I also have never felt the same family bond with them since being homeless. Talking to them feels very forced and awkward. I just found out that I was pregnant with the love of my life, and my resentments towards them continues to build, and it continues to come to mind. Well, congratulations. Should I disown my parents, and if so, how? Okay. I always will preach that Rina Sawayama song, Chosen Family. We don't need to be related to relate. We don't need to share a dream or a surname. You are my chosen family. It's basically a song that is, just because you're blood does not mean that you have to love them or be a part of it. You can go out and choose your own family, and the fact that they are refusing to do any sort of therapy, the fact they're refusing to do any... By the way, this is a situation you've lived through, so please take what I'm saying with a pinch of salt. I am not you. I have not lived this. You have a lot more knowledge on this than what I do. I'm just saying from an outsider's point of view. Please, I do want to clarify that. The fact that they have not given you an apology, are refusing to do therapy, and are basically involved in everything they disowned you for. They refuse to allow you to have a home, basically, kicked you out, and then refused to let you stay with anyone from not wanting to do the power of attorney. Is this something worth fighting for? I will open the floor to you. I know you asked me the question, but like I said to someone a couple videos ago, what I would do is weigh the pros and cons. What are the pros to moving forward, not getting an apology, but them being back in your life? What are the cons of that? And I think if you really have a moment where you start to make a list of things, you will come to your own conclusion on what is best for you in the moment. I would love to give you advice, and I know that's probably what you would really want right now. And I'm sorry that they are being so shitty. But what you really, really, really need to do is look at the options of how this could unfold and see which one you would feel more comfortable with. Maybe not the one that you would love the most, because this isn't a great situation all around, but one you would feel more comfortable with. And I wish you all the best with it, and congratulations on the pregnancy. Congratulations on that. Okay, let's go on to another one. I had this man's baby, and now he's stealing my dog. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, no, he's not. Let's get to this. Hi, Adam, you can use my name. Okay, so this requires a little bit of backstory, but I'll keep it brief. I am a 26 and female, was with my ex-boyfriend, 26 male, for 8 years on and off. We started dating at 17, and he non-stop cheated on me from 3 months in to the relationship to all the way to the end. Fuck him. Fuck him. I was definitely stupid for staying with him, but there's a lot that went into it that would take too long to explain. He manipulated, gaslighted, and used my insecurities to his advantage. So anyways, about a month before we finally ended things for good, I got pregnant. I'm going to be totally honest, I never wanted kids, and I was planning on getting rid of it. However, because of Roe v. Wade being overturned, my state's laws have recently changed, and I couldn't get one in my state. this is not the video where I'm going to do a rant on abortion, but the fact that someone can be so dead set that they do not want a child and they are forced to have it, or situation doesn't work for them, or abusive relationship, and they're forced to keep that fucking baby by the decision of man in the government. I'm so fucking sorry. And we need to continue in America getting people in office who will defend the rights. Please remember that come November. And also, this is not just a presidential thing. This is like your state people and who you vote for in your local elections as well. Please always vote. Also, because I was fresh out of the relationship, I hadn't seen his actions for what they were and how malicious they were, so I developed deep down that he would be a good father. So I decided to keep the baby and try to co-parent. But the reason we finally ended things for good is because he was fully dating his 19-year-old co-worker behind my back and had been for 3 months. This 26-year-old man, by the way. Even after finding out about him getting me pregnant, she stayed with him because he fed her a bunch of lies to make me sound crazy. Of course he did. So that made the situation more complicated because she obviously didn't like the idea of him being around me, so he ended up treating me terribly and not being here for me at all during the pregnancy. I ended up deciding to go the adoption route and find the best couple who wanted a super open adoption, so I still get to be very involved in my son's life. Well, I'm glad you found something that ultimately worked for you. But now that I have given birth, I wanted to cut off my ex completely because he was still trying to act friendly with me and I wanted nothing to do with him. However, he had my 2 pets, a cat and a dog. The reason he had them is because he got us evicted from our apartment right before we broke up, and I had to move in with my grandpa, and he wouldn't let me bring my pets. He was supposed to keep them long enough until me and my brother could save enough money to get our own place. Well, about a month ago, he texts me and tells me my cat is peeing everywhere, which he usually doesn't do. And instead of taking him to a vet, he tells me he's going to get rid of him, knowing I literally cannot do anything because my grandpa will not allow me to take the animals in. Then I find out my brother and I have a move-in date of September 1st, so I text my ex back and ask if he's gotten rid of my cat, and he says yes. This motherfucker got rid of your animal that he agreed to look after until you could get a place? The one that was also cheating on you? I need him to die. I need him to die. Literally that Wendy Williams, death to all of them. Death to, like, how evil do you have to be? And then I said, well, me and my brother get this place and we can start trading back and forth the dog. By the way, I said this because he sees my dog as our dog since I got him when we were together. He didn't even want the dog, and I cared for him way more, and I've been paying for his food for months even though he's not even living with me. Honestly, my plan was just to get my dog to my apartment and not let my ex take him back. But when I said we could start sharing custody, he said I don't think that would be good for him about the dog. And is now keeping my dog. Okay, so let me get this straight. He gave your cat away without your consent. He is refusing to give you your dog. And he got you pregnant but didn't want to be a part of your life and was also cheating on you. Okay, people like this don't deserve to have... I was going to say something really intense there, but you already know where I was going with that. Fuck him. A little necessary context is I no longer know where he lives because he recently moved and I do not have any legal paperwork for my dog because I adopted him from a family I found on Facebook, not a shelter. The only paperwork is pet paperwork, but that is now in my ex's name because when we would go to the vet, I just let him write down his name and I never put mine, which I now realize is stupid, but obviously I didn't think something like this would ever happen. Oi. I've spent hours crying about the fact that I won't ever see my babies again. I also had a bunny that I had to give up when we got evicted because she was a free-roaming bunny and could not stay in a cage, so again, she wouldn't have been allowed at my grandpa's and there wasn't room for her where my ex was staying with the dog and the cat. So he's made me lose all of my animals after torturing me for 8 years. I just miss my babies. Dude. He is so evil. Like, and it's because you did this under the agreement of him looking after until you get a place. And then what? You get a place and it's not good enough? They're gone? I'm trying to think what you can do in this instance. Like, he's using the fact that they are all in his name against you, which obviously you understand as well. And legally, if we're speaking legally, there's very little you can do, which is really unfortunate. So I'm going to open the floor of this one up to the muckers. What do you think this person should do? Muckers, I need your help with this one as well. Please help this person out. Anyways, I'm sending you so much love. I'm sending you so much love. Okay, let's do another one. The man of my dreams might be a catfish. Tell me more. Hi, Adam. I'm really in need of your advice on a situation that's been driving me crazy. Well, I'm here. I'm here. I've been talking to this guy named Jacob, and it's like written like this. Jacob online for the past 6 months. We met on a dating app, and everything seemed perfect at first. It's always how it is. Jacob claimed to be a professional photographer who travels the world for his job. His pictures are stunning, and he always has interesting stories to tell about the places he's visited. Now, I don't know why, but I feel like I see this phenomenon. I don't know if this is what you're going to say, but a lot of people who like to catfish or lie about their life in some way will always lie that they've traveled a lot, and they will always tell so many detailed stories about their travels and who they've met or whatever. And it's like this guise of trying to sound more exciting than what you are, keep the conversation going. And I'm like, are you that boring that you have to literally make up stories about going to Paris? At first, our conversations were light and fun. This is why I just hate dating apps. I miss meeting people organically, but just like there's something just that just doesn't happen much anymore. And also, that's not to say someone in person couldn't lie to you. You know what I mean? Look at Clinton Kane. Ba-da-ba. At first, our conversations were light and fun. We talked about our favorite movies, shared playlists, and even had... sharing playlists with people. Messy, I've been there. And even had deep discussions about our dreams, goals, personal life. Jacob seemed to be everything I was looking for. Charming, witty, and incredibly talented. He sent me all the amazing photos from various locations like Tokyo, the Maldives, and Paris. I was crushing on this man hard. Were you ever seeing him? If he's traveling so much? But here's where it gets weird. Despite all the traveling, he's never once video called me. Every time we... Are you doing a long distance thing already? Have you met this guy? Well, obviously not if he's a catfish. If you have your suspicions, you do not need me to tell you to leave this alone. I don't even need to read the rest of this. Leave it. Leave it. It's done. It's done. It's someone you've met through a dating app you haven't even met. You already think they're a catfish. Just drop it. Honestly, just drop it. If you're going to do a long distance thing or whatever, video calling, videos, like they're all very, very, very important, and you're not getting that right now. You're still early ish into this. Just drop it. Drop it. Drop it. There's people that you'll meet and go on dates with who actually travel the world, and you'll be able to like meet them in person and talk about it. Maybe even travel the world with them. Just drop this. If you're feeling this way, it's not worth it already. Like you're already having your suspicions and like you haven't even like fully met yet. Drop it. What the fuck is that? The darker it gets outside, the more bugs are around. God, this is so beautiful. There are so many bugs. It's beautiful until a bug lands on me. Oh my god. Stop it. Anyways. Sorry. Okay. He's never once video called me. Every time we set up a video chat, something always comes up, like his camera is broken, or his internet is down, or he's in a no signal area. Okay, I need you to walk away from this. You don't even need to walk away from this. You've never met him. Put the phone down. At first, I believed him. After all, being a professional photographer. He's a professional photographer and his camera doesn't fucking work. Please. And traveling constantly must come with its own set of challenges. If you can afford to travel that much, you can afford a fucking phone that you can video call on. Or to replace your camera. Save the trip to the Maldives. Get a fucking camera. Get a webcam. Alright. Also, if he wanted to, he would. If this person is real, he would find a way to video call you. If he's so dead set interested in you. Maybe it seems like you're more into this than what he is. Or maybe you just need to walk away from this mucker. Please listen to me. This is not worth it. This is not worth it. At first, I believed him. After all, being a professional photographer, traveling constantly must have its own set of challenges. As time went on, my suspicions started to grow. Have you met this person? There were a few red flags that I couldn't ignore. For example, he once told me he was in Paris, but then posted a photo supposedly taken there that had a landmark from Rome in the background. Okay, so he's also not that clever. When I asked him about it, he got really defensive and said it was an editing mistake. Okay, you need to walk away from this. Another time he sent me a beautiful picture of a beautiful beach saying he was in the Maldives, but I reverse searched the image and found out it was a stock photo. Okay, mucker, what are we doing? Put the phone down. Delete his mess. Get rid of this. You have confirmation now that he's lying to you about his travels. Mucker, you are being, if you're not being catfished, you're being lied to. You need to walk away from this immediately. He explained it away by saying he was too busy to send an original photo, so he used a stock image to give me the idea of where he was. Okay, so if my mum asks me where I am, and I say I'm in Paris, and she asks for a fucking photo, meaning a selfie, and I send her a stock image of helicopter shot of the Eiffel Tower, and she goes, "Did you take that?" And I go, "Yeah, of course." Mucker, you need to walk away from this immediately. Immediately. The final straw. That wasn't the final straw. It's done. It's done. The final straw was when I found out that the same pictures he's been sending to me are on a popular photographer's Instagram account, but the name isn't Jacob, it's someone entirely else. When I confronted him about it, he said the photographer is his best friend. Mucker. Walk away from this. And lets him use his photos to protect his privacy online. Why is he protecting his privacy from someone he wants to date? Mucker, walk away from this. Put the phone down. We're done. We're done. You're done. He's done. We're done. This explanation seems far-fetched, but I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. Why? You know how much men lie? I really like Jacob and want to believe he's real, but everything points to him being a catfish. I'm torn because I feel a strong connection to him. Hi! You have a strong connection to the AI person who's talking to you, under Jacob. But I also can't ignore the nagging feeling that something definitely isn't right. What should I do? How can I get to the bottom of this without pushing him away if he's actually telling the truth? Is there any way to verify without confronting him? Edit. I'm 23 and Jacob claims to be 27. My name's Emma. You can use it in your video. Hi, Emma. Emma, I'm speaking directly to you. You are too young to be getting into a relationship with someone who can't even video call you and only sends you images. Also, Emma, I need you to actually cut this off. All jokes aside, everything is pointing to the fact that this is someone lying to you, and you need to protect yourself. You need to look out for yourself. All jokes aside, you need to end this. Do I think you're being catfished? Catfish, being lied to, something. You need to walk away from this. Keep yourself safe out there. Please, Emma, walk away from this. I'm actually going to end the video here because I need to get ready for dinner anyway. But this is a PSA to anyone. If something doesn't feel right, walk away from it. Walk away from it. Trust your gut feeling always. Okay, muckers. I'm going to love and leave you. Make sure to email adammcintyrehelp@gmail.com with some of yours. And please protect yourself from people that are lying to you or catfishing you. Okay, goodbye.